Picking up where we left off in part 1, it is up to you to read, understand, and follow the manufacturer's safety rules with your power tools. I encourage you to use eye and hearing protection anytime when working in the wood shop. The length of any one side of my box is 7 inches. The plywood itself is ½ inch thick, so I've adjusted the distance between the fence and the blade to 6½ inches. I've already squared off the edge, the one end, so that I get a nice 90-degree side to that first cut. I need 4 pieces for the box, but since I have extra wood, I'm going to cut a 5th one. You just never know if when you need to have you have to make another part in case something gets screwed up. Now that all my parts are cut to length, I reassembled them and going to show that there's a visual cue that I'm looking for in the grain line of one of the pieces in the veneer. It's a wraparound, but it's only on 3 sides, the left, rear, and right. You can't really see it on the inside of the box on the front. Here I'm just reassembling and doing a test fit or a dry run. Make sure that the parts is cut to the way I remember them to be. Here, measuring out, they should go up to 7 inches. Use corner clamps to assemble the box. Here I'm using the left side and the rear piece, and mocking up as making sure that I get the visual effect that I'm looking for. Then in this case, the left side's butted up against the rear on the left side. It's real simple to use these corner clamps. They're a little cumbersome though because they're a little tall, but just make sure they're flushed up. And then on the inside of the veneer, there's an actual visual cue that I'm looking for. It's a grain line. I'm trying to make sure that it follows so that when you open the box up, you can see essentially the grain wrapper on the inside. Gone through the dry run, so I already know that we have the parts in correct alignment. Now I'm just going to put a bead of glue on the edge of the plywood. Favoring it to the outside. I know I'm going to get some squeeze out, but I want the squeeze out to actually come on the outside of the box and not on the inside so that it doesn't mar the veneer and affect the way it would absorb a finish. Applying a little extra clamping pressure helps. Checking for squareness. And any squeeze out we're going to clean up later. Same process. In this case, we're joining the right side to the front, applying a bead of glue on the edge. Just make sure, kind of favoring it to the outside in case there's any squeeze out. And apply a second clamp just to ensure I got a good tight joint. And again, the squeeze out, I'm going to wait till it skins over and clean it up a little bit. You've already seen me glue the left rear pairs together to the right front pair together. And now I just went ahead and took the 2 pairs and used the same process. Put a bead of glue on the edges, hooked them up in the picture framing clamps. Just going to let them sit there and dry for a couple hours. This is a leftover from part 1. We had veneered the inside of the lid. Just removing the clamps. See how well we did. Looks nice and flat. Nothing lifted on the corner. No excessive glue squeeze out. Looks pretty good. I think we can use it. The lid actually did have a little bit of glue squeeze out, and one of the effective ways of clearing it up is with a safety razor blade used in the same manner you would use a card scraper. Even though there's no actual hook on the end of that blade, it actually does a very good job at just taking off a very thin, fine shaving off the surface of the veneer. To me, it actually leaves a more superior surface than the sandpaper would. Been a couple hours and the glue is definitely set up. Now it's time to take the sides Completely, are the clamps off the sides. Looks like it glued up pretty well. One thing to note there is I got some orientation marks on there. It's very important to know that which side of the box, as you're assembling it, which side is the upside. In this case, which side is also going to be the front of the box. Here I've already test fitted that lid that we made earlier in the video. I already got it marked that it goes on the back side, so that when you lift the lid, here I'm simulating what it looks like when it's being lifted, that the grain and figure are all in alignment as the lid is open. That way it's not visually jarring when you're actually using the box. I have a couple alignment pins, or brads used as alignment pins, so that when I actually glue the lid to the box, it's a whole lot easier to ensure that it's laid up square. If you remember earlier when I cut that part of the lid out, I said it was about a 7 1/16, maybe 7 1/4 inches long on the side, and the boxes are 7. That's so that the lid is actually proud of the sides. We're going to sand that back later. Just like we do for the edges, we're going to put a bead of tight bond. If you think you're getting some value out of this video and you think I'm doing a good job, would you mind hitting that like button and consider subscribing to my channel? That would really help me out. I'm trying to build up my YouTube reputation. You're just smoothing out the adhesive, making sure that I don't get any globs that are big enough to go down on the inside. Again, those brads are used as alignment pins, so I can relocate the lid onto the sides. Yeah, the brads help out keep it in alignment, but for the most part that glue is plenty strong. And I know the butt joints are the weakest joint you can actually use, but come on, it's a Keepsake box. How strong does it really need to be? To save a little bit of time, I went ahead and glued the bottom of the box on at the same time I glued the lid on. Here, just removing the clamps, inspecting what I did. Everything's a little bit flush. Everything's still in registration. Here I'm removing the alignment pins, or in this case the brads, and ensuring that the markings, in this case the back, front orientation marks, essentially, they're very important to maintain. This process is way too dirty to do out inside the shop, so I do it outside, but essentially the lid and the bottom are mounted to the sides, a little bit proud on all side surfaces. Here with a belt sander, I'm attempting to sand them flush for the sides. Because that's what I'm attempting with what this looks like, but I'm struggling. Actually does a pretty good job, but normally the sander is mounted to a more sturdy table instead of sitting on top of a piece of plywood on a garbage can. But the idea is to ensure that anything that's proud of the surface is sanded flush. That way any bumps or dips are not telegraphed through to the surface of the veneer.